Yes, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is One Zone Jones coming right back at you. MMA topic video. I haven't talked about MMA in a while, but I figure I'll come back because now is a good time than ever. I want to talk about Cung Lee. I'm pretty sure you probably heard by now, but then again, if you haven't, you heard right here first. Cung Lee has failed a drug test. He has failed a drug test. And this is actually pretty shocking news. It's shocking big news because it's Cung Lee. Now, Cung Lee doesn't really come across as a guy who would take steroids. Cung Lee comes across a guy like Bruce Lee. He's this traditional martial artist. He's this nice guy. He has this nice warm spirit. He brings the presence of basically a traditional martial artist. And a guy like that, you wouldn't think take steroids. I remember even when I saw this picture of Cung Lee, even when I saw this photo of Cung Lee, him, having his arms way back, his shoulders all the way up, him showing this real muscular physique. I didn't think that he was still on steroids. Like that didn't hit me that, oh wait, this guy's taking steroids, because basically, like I said, Cung Lee doesn't come across as a guy who would take steroids. And also, Cung Lee, he isn't really a guy who's trying to be a contender in the UFC. He's not really trying to be a guy who's trying to be like the absolute very best in the world. He doesn't really fight to be a champion. He just fights basically because he loves it. So he's just basically there. He's not really trying to be the number one guy in the UFC middleweight division. Like he's not trying to fight Anderson Silva. He's just basically fighting just for the love of fighting. Like he's just there basically to collect a check and then just leave. So why would a guy like this take steroids, to compete? I think Cung Lee is he's in his upper 40s. No, his mid 40s, or at least early to mid 40s. Cung Lee's not young. Basically, he's not young. He's not young at all. But I wouldn't think that he would take steroids because, like I said, he doesn't come across as a guy who would take steroids, and he only fights like twice a month. Not twice a month. Every 2 years, basically what I'm trying to say. He fights like every 2 years, maybe once a year. He doesn't fight in MMA a lot. He just basically does movies. That's how he really make his bread and butter. He does these movies, which is cool and all. So why the hell would he take steroids? Now, basically the main question is this going to hurt his legacy? Will this hurt Cung Lee's legacy? Cung Lee has had a lot of great fights. I don't think he took steroids back then, but even if you look at his body now, it should have been obvious, man. Like it should have been obvious that this guy was on something. It should be obvious that this guy was on something, and you just probably wouldn't thinking that because, like I said, Cung Lee doesn't come across as a guy who would really do that. Taking steroids, taking something to basically boost up his body so he can compete with the absolute very best. Cheating. Cheating. Whether you're drinking it or you're injecting it into your arm, or your ass, wherever. However, there are so many people who do things to get by in this sport because, they just can't do it like they used to. Vanderlei Silva, Chael Sonnen, for example, like those guys, those guys really hurt themselves by taking things, various substances to help them with their career, and that hurts them. So is this going to hurt, Cung Lee? Like, is this going to hurt this guy? I don't know if this is going to hurt him necessarily. He is suspended for a year. From what I hear, he's suspended for a year. I don't know if this is going to hurt his career necessarily because, like I said, he doesn't really fight that much. Is this going to hurt his legacy? Maybe to a certain extent. Long after he retired, you were like, well, Cung Lee, he was a good fighter. He was a good striker. And but he cheated one time. I guess that's basically how you would look at it. But I'm pretty sure everybody had their opinions on this. I have mine. I am really shocked that happened. But hey, he took these things, and it's not like it mattered. He fought Michael Bisping, and Michael Bisping destroyed him. So it's not like it worked for you. As a matter of fact, I heard that there was a video of Cung Lee denying that he didn't take it, that he didn't take anything, that he didn't cheat. So I didn't see the video. No, I was looking for it on the internet and I haven't found it yet. But so he is denying it, but according to the test, he's full of shit because he tests positive. So when you test positive for whatever steroids, testosterone therapy, or whatever all those things are called, because there's a bunch of them that gives you a boost that makes you quicker or stronger. If you test positive, they're gonna suspend you. They gotta suspend you. They will not allow any fighter, whether he is a legend or a current superstar, to get away with cheating. They're not going to allow that. Period and point blank. So those are my thoughts on that. This is What's on Jones. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel for my MMA videos and my other videos in general. I'm out. Deuce.